Hey guys, what's going on? It's Matt here with Khaos Art. I'm continuing off of my previous video with After Effects, and in this one you're going to be learning about masking. Masking is a very useful tool within After Effects as well as Photoshop. I've already made a Photoshop video. You can go check that out if you want to. It's very similar in After Effects. Exact same concept, but different ways of doing it. So, if you want to become a designer, one of the most useful things you could ever do. Non-destructive, very convenient to use. So let's go ahead and jump into this. What you need to do is open up your After Effects and go ahead and import some footage or an image that you want to mask. Once you've done that, you should have something that looks a little bit like this, assuming there is a video or an image already here. I have mine within a masking composition, and then my video is just named particles.mp4. So what you want to do is double click your layers down here, or your layer that you'll be masking. I'm sure you've all done that before and then came to the screen and you're like, oh my god, I can't do anything with this. This is where you want to be. Yours should look something like this. I had rulers up on mine. That's just Command R if you prefer those. But once you're here, it's exactly the same as your composition masking, but you're editing this specific layer, which is masking particles. So with this, you're going to choose what you want to be masking. In this one, I'm going to be teaching you how to do a crosshair. This is done in many videos. Lots of Call of Duty based videos, lots of like Halo videos. Anything game related has a crosshair on it. I can almost guarantee, search it on YouTube, you will find it. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do this and make it a good version of it, so you do not have to worry about it. This is going to be masking this layer in specific. There are lots of different things that you can do with this. Don't just limit it to one thing that I'm showing you. But with this one thing, it'll show you everything that you need to know. Alright, so go ahead and start off by coming up here to the top of your menu, and under the rectangle tool, you want to choose your ellipse tool. And then come out here to the center of your composition. Select, hold down Shift and Command. That is Shift and Control on PC. And what that does is it centers it and it makes it into a perfect ellipse. And just kind of bring that out as far as the edges as you can. And let go. Now you have a perfect circle in the middle of your video, and that's what's making your crosshair. That is going to be the circle that is showing what you are apparently looking at. So if you were to just leave this as it is with mask 1, nothing else, go back to your composition, you can see that that is what's here, is that circle, and that's it. So like I could do a new solid and put it back there. Now you see that it's a red background behind this. So it's not just that it's like painting it black, it's taking it completely away where it's transparent. So let's take that off. Go back to your layers. And as you can see, or I noticed in my main footage right here, it's a little bit off the top of the screen. So I want to bring down my mask a little bit. But if you just go and try to grab the top of it, well, with this tool, it's just going to make another mask. Even with your selector tool, it will not move. It just kind of adjusts it. What you want to do is press Command or Control T while you have mask 1 selected. And that brings up your free transform tool. This is exactly the same as every other Adobe program that uses free transform. It just allows you to move your object, it allows you to edit the size of it very quick and conveniently. So let's go ahead and make sure that everything looks alright. Zoom in a little bit. That should be okay. Let's see if I can move that up. Alright, that should be fine right there. You can always re-edit the sides of it if you need to. And to get out of this, just double click and it saves what you just did. So now that we have our main circle done with the mask, what you want to do is add your lines for the site. So I like to use the rectangle tool. You could use the pen tool if you really wanted to, but I prefer rectangle. I'm just going to go ahead and make a small little line right here. Make it as thin or as big as you want to. I'm going to keep mine very little. To me, it's just much more convenient. But as you can see on here, it didn't do anything, it looks like. What you ended up doing, excuse me, excuse me guys, I'm getting a little bit of a cold. What you ended up doing is masking over a mask, and that does nothing unless you invert it. So you can see down here, it created a layer called mask 2, and you can turn these on, or you can lock these and turn them off. And you can do all kinds of different stuff with it. There's mask path, mask feather, mask opacity, and mask expansion. But we'll be going over those in the next tutorial. But with mask 2, make sure that it's selected, and you want to go from add to subtract. What this is doing is subtracting the selected area from the visible space. So you're adding negative space to your video, basically. And as you can see, mine's not perfectly centered, and it's not set up in the right place. Once again, just make sure mask 2 is selected and do free transform. That is Command T, and just kind of hold down Shift and stretch that up. There we go. Oh, I lost my layer. Come on. There we go. Alright. And then you can just move that to wherever you need to. Stop. That's the issue with it being so small, is it's hard to get it perfectly lined up. Let's find the center. There it is. Alright. Let's see how that looks. Oh, it's perfect. Alright, so if you get back to here, close out your layer, you can see that we have a vertical line. Now we need to add a horizontal one. To do that, make sure that you have your menu drop down, mask 2 selected, press Command or Control D, and that'll duplicate the line that you just created. Once again, Command T, and that will enable you to rotate it 90 degrees. And I'm holding down Shift, so it gives me an exact snap. It gives 45 and then 90. That'll make it exactly horizontal, and then you have a vertical one. You can add or subtract as many lines or anything that you would like. Just make sure that you have it set up on subtract or add. Add will make it visible, subtract will make it not visible. So now that you have this set up and you have your lines, we are done. Go back, and now you have a crosshair. You can always go back and edit it by going back to your double-clicking your particles, and it'll bring you back to your layers panel. But I feel pretty confident where I've left you so far. And I understand this is kind of a short tutorial, but I'll be coming out with the next part possibly by tomorrow, maybe even today if I have time. But once again, thank you for watching, guys, and let me know if this helped you. I really just wanted to keep something simple so you can get the idea of what masking is, and then we can go in and really edit it and work with it. So thank you for watching, and thank you for all your support.